Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. Yeah, Polygon is one of the cryptos which look rather interesting. It makes a better impression than many other cryptos. It dropped quite significantly recently, all the way into my target area here between 30 and 60 cents. And who would have thought that we will ever reach it? Even I was doubting a little bit, because we've been talking about this 30 to 60 cent area since we've been reversing up here around 250 or something. So this has always been the primary expectation. There was a chance to turn around at $1 to the upside, but the market didn't use it. And as I indicated in those videos all the time, if we don't make this lower low, then I will not have a lot of trust in the chart. And you need to have these lower lows in these corrections. That is exactly what happened now throughout the entire crypto market. We are seeing here across really all cryptos that we are making these lower lows, and these lower lows are required to finish off a cycle, to finish off a bear market, which doesn't mean the low needs to be already in, but we have at least reached the requirements to finish the correction off. Yeah, as I indicated here already before, after the correction is finished, we can expect a strong move up, and that can take Polygon MATIC all the way up to $5. Yeah, that would be the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Now that is actually the minimum target for the next major wave up. But please don't think that will happen tomorrow or next week. It will take many weeks. It will take many months, in fact, to get there. Even though the correction could be finished in the next few weeks, it doesn't mean we will get to a new all-time high in the next few weeks. I think historically we've seen that even a bull run to new all-time highs can take various weeks and months. I mean, here that was in April 21. This is when it really started for Polygon MATIC as well. Let me take the fibs out. But here it started in April 21 and it was finished sort of 4 weeks later, that bull run here. But for many other cryptos it took much longer. And even this move here from July 21 all the way to December 21, this was, some people might call it a bull market. I would call it just a corrective wave B. But it made the impression of being super bullish, yeah, at the time, and we used this to take some profits up here on this channel. I remember that, but nevertheless it can take a while to get there. That is what I want to indicate. So if I have an arrow on this chart, it doesn't mean that this will happen here in the next couple of months. It can do. I still think we have a chance to get to new all-time highs this year, but this is not guaranteed, and to time something is increasingly is just difficult. It is just difficult. So it was spot on by using the Elliott waves. We've actually dipped into the middle of the target area here, which is great. Didn't spend a lot of time in there, have moved out of it again, but at the moment I see no indication that the downtrend is over yet. The downtrend is technically still in place because we are not making higher highs, especially here on the daily. At least to get back into an uptrend on the daily time frame, I would want to see a move above $1.03. Yeah, this was previously a super important support level. That is the level we need to get above. However, on the daily, you can see here in the short term, more in the short term, we've got the 73-cent level. That is the previous rejection point. That is a previous swing high. Not that significant, yeah, but obviously short-term upside all the way up to $1.03 would be possible if we make it above that swing high. At the moment though, it is looking a little bit like what we did here, which was a bear flag. So we had a bearish flag, we talked about it back then, and that also broke out to the downside. We have something very similar here. And what is a bear flag? It's basically just a consolidation in an overall downtrend. You would typically expect it to break to the downside. There is never a guarantee though, but we see this pattern across the crypto market at the moment. Many cryptos show, instead of just a channel, they show rather something like a wedge pattern, an ascending wedge. How does it look here for Polygon MATIC? It also looks more wedge-like. In the end, it doesn't make a great difference. It just means that there is a greater chance to actually break here to the downside, because it is an ascending wedge. It is a consolidation pattern in an overall downtrend. Many people will believe normally the uptrend is starting already because we're making higher highs and higher lows, but in fact, while here MATIC is actually making is actually making higher lows. It's actually not making higher highs, because if I use the wicks here, you can actually see this looks more just like a triangle pattern. Again, would also be a continuation pattern. If I don't use the wick, then it's a wedge. So in the end, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. It is just to understand that we're here currently in a range. Yeah, we're not in a strong trend anymore. There is a consolidation going on, and we need to wait for a breakout now and the decision of the market. Even though the likelihood is higher to break to the downside, and that is what I would primarily have to expect in this scenario, of course it could move to the upside. And if it does that, it would be a long opportunity. And in this long opportunity, I think we could certainly get to $1. But we need to wait for the breakout. Primarily though, at the moment, I don't think the low is already in. I think we didn't spend enough time in that yellow target area that we have been waiting for probably since January, yeah, or maybe even December. I don't think we have spent enough time in here. Also, what is currently coming up here looks very corrective, especially as we made actually a lower high here, not a higher high. So it's very, very weak at the moment. Looks really like a consolidation, and that would indicate that we get another move down. Also in line with my Elliott Wave count for Bitcoin, for example, for Ethereum, for Solana, Cardano, which are all making here currently a fourth wave. I would argue MATIC will do the same. So that would mean that down here, this was a wave 3. This here currently is a fourth wave, and we're going to come down in a fifth wave to complete that C wave, and also to complete the overall wave 2, which I've got somewhere here on the chart. I think it always moves around a little bit. Unfortunately, with TradingView, when you move them around, then yeah, but for some reason I can't move it now. Anyway, this wave 2 here, yeah, which in the end is going to be somewhere here. Yeah, where exactly it will be, I don't know yet, but this is the wave 2 that we want to, that we need to complete in order to complete the overall correction. And if I zoom in once more, you can see that wedge pattern. Normally we can't stay much longer in it. It becomes too obvious. Yeah, it becomes too obvious. The longer we are in such a wedge pattern, the more brittle it gets. Yeah, it's a bit like a support zone. The more often you test it, the more brittle it gets. 2 to 3 times is good. 4 or 5 times maybe as well. But if it gets too often or too much, then everybody sees it, and it typically gets more and more brittle. So here to the downside, let's say we're on the 4-hour chart today, but if we break here below 69, 68 cents today, then we are probably going to break here to the downside. We'll break back into this target area, which starts at around 60 cents, maybe 62. Yeah, and if we break to the upside, that would mean a break above 75, 76 cents. Then we could even get to the dollar level. Yeah, but until we get really above $1, or more specifically $1.03, I would not even start to talk about sustainable uptrends. Yeah, because at the moment this here still looks very corrective. Of course, short-term upside always possible, but overall I don't think the correction is finished yet. We are still technically in a downtrend, and that is also what I believe for Bitcoin, and therefore I'd be a bit careful here at the moment. But I mean, weeks ago we were above $1, we were above 130, above 145, all important historical support levels. They will now act as resistance, but we have dropped that much. Historically interesting buying levels, in my opinion. I think MATIC makes quite a good impression, but of course this is no financial advice. Yeah, we have not yet started the uptrend. That is the message I can give you. As soon as we see a first impulsive wave up and the first corrective wave down, that is what we want to see, in which we would then make a higher low. I will of course make you aware, because this will increase the chances that the correction overall is finished for Polygon MATIC. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update about MATIC. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the Telegram live chat groups, the Discord server, a weekly live stream, my buy and sell orders, and maybe also check out the trading course I'm currently offering on my website, morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.